Have you ever imagined building your own tiny civilization, like from the ground up? Well, ant keeping isn't just some hobby. It's your chance to create and watch over a complex miniature world right on your desk. So let's dive into how you can become the architect of your very own ant empire.
Just look at this. It's a bustling city with thousands of little citizens, all working together perfectly. And no, this isn't some sci-fi movie. It's a real, fully developed ant colony. And believe it or not, you can build a world just like this one.
That's the million-dollar question, right? How do you get from point A to point B? It might look complicated, but honestly, it's just this incredible journey of creation, learning some patience, and a whole lot of observation. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk through the whole process, step by step.
Okay, every great empire needs a solid foundation. And for you, the first big decision is picking the right home for them. This is literally the blueprint for the entire universe you're about to create. Now, check this out, because it shows you how much this hobby can grow. You can start small, with a Farm XL that's perfect for a few hundred ants. Or you could go big and plan for a future metropolis with a modular 3XL that can house like 1,700 of them. It's all about how big you want your empire to be. And this right here, this just perfectly illustrates that journey. On the left, you've got that compact starter farm, a great place to begin. But on the right, that's a sprawling, multi-level world. And that's the amazing part. Your little universe grows and changes right along with the ants living in it. So you've picked your blueprint, now it's time to build. This is where you put on your architect hat and carefully piece together a safe, comfy environment for the very first citizens of your new empire.
The actual assembly is all about being precise. You start by peeling off the protective film from all the parts. Then you carefully put together the walls of what they call the arena. That's kind of like their outside world. You'll use little bolts or bands to make sure everything's snug. You definitely don't want any escapees. And now for what is, honestly, the most important part, life support. You've got to hydrate the nest. So you'll use a pipette to put some boiled or distilled water in a test tube, pop in a sponge, and stick that into the humidification chamber. And what's cool is you'll actually see the gypsum get darker as it soaks up that water. That creates the perfect humid home for the ants to thrive.
You see, building the farm is so much more than just snapping pieces together. It's your very first act as a caretaker. It teaches you to be careful, to be patient, and to really get that the well-being of this entire tiny world, it's all in your hands.
Okay, the stage is set. The home is ready. Now comes the most exciting and, the most delicate part of this whole thing, welcoming the queen and her very first workers into their brand new kingdom.
Move-in day has to be a super gentle process. The colony usually arrives in a test tube, and you just carefully connect that tube to an entrance on the farm. Take out the cotton plug, and that's it. You let the ants decide when they're ready to come out and explore their new, much bigger home.
I'm going to pause here because this is, without a doubt, the #1 most important rule. The source even puts it in all caps for a reason. You never shake the queen out of the test tube. She is the absolute heart of the colony. She lays all the eggs. If anything happens to her, your empire is over before it even starts. Seriously. And here it is again, that magic word, patience. You connect the tube, and then you just wait. It might take a few hours. It might take a whole day. The queen is going to make the move when she feels it's safe. Your job is to just watch, wait, and let nature do its thing. It's an amazing lesson in just observing. So your colony is all moved in. Your job title just changed. You're not the architect anymore. Now you're the ecosystem manager. Your daily and weekly habits are what will keep this new little civilization healthy and growing. So, what's on the to-do list? Well, it's pretty straightforward. You'll need to keep the farm moist, clean out their little garbage piles from the arena, make sure they always have seeds, and give them some protein to really help the colony grow faster. And remember the 2 big no-nos: no direct sunlight and definitely no tap water. Simple rules for a happy little world. So, when you step back and think about it, what are you really learning here? You're not just feeding ants. This is like a long-term biology experiment right in your room. You're learning about how societies work, you're problem-solving, and you're developing this real sense of responsibility. For a kid, this is the kind of hands-on science lesson a textbook just can't compete with.
If you take good care of them, your colony is going to do what every successful civilization does. It's going to grow. And pretty soon that starter home is going to feel a little crowded. That's when it's time to expand the borders of the empire.
And this is where that whole modular design thing is just brilliant. Your farm isn't a static box. You can add new sections, new chambers, even whole new arenas for them to explore. You're literally building new suburbs for your growing ant city. How cool is that?
And connecting them is designed to be super simple. A couple of screws, a little connecting piece, and bam! You've just seamlessly attached a whole new wing to their home. It's so satisfying to watch them immediately start exploring the new space you just gave them.
But how do you know when it's the right time? Well, first, you open up the little dividers that are already inside the farm. You don't want to give them too much space too early, because a small colony can't really manage a huge area. But once you see that the chambers are getting really full and cramped, that's your green light to add a new module and let the expansion begin.
See, this is so much more than just having a pet. You are the founder, the architect, the caretaker of an entire tiny universe. You give them the space, the food, the safety, but what they build inside of it, their tunnels, their society, their empire, that's all them. So the only real question is, what will your colony build?